Okay, so this is going to be a 3-moon forecast, the next 3 full moons. First part of the video, I'm going to show you how to find all 3 moons in the sky, because this summer is going to be very active for me with my telescope. So I actually might be, if it's a clear night, I might be on Facebook Live broadcasting what my telescope is seeing, because I have a live video camera connected to my telescope. So the first full moon that's coming up, May 29th, I'm going to show you how to find it in the sky for yourself so you can see. It's actually in the constellation of Scorpio and Ophiuchus on the cusp. And how I'm going to show it to you is Scorpio, these are the stars of Scorpio. You look to the east, they're going to be rising like southeast. And you can see Scorpio is the only constellation in the sky, pretty much one of the few, that actually look like an actual Scorpio. So you can see it has the head, the body, and the tail, right? And then it has a heart, Antares is a red star. And then on top, you're going to see Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus's foot is coming down here. But ideally, you're going to look for Scorpio right here, Antares, and the moon right above. And I actually tattooed them on myself in case I get lost. Both constellations. So now we're going to move on to the next full moon and how to find that in the sky. Okay, so now the next full moon is going to be June 28th. It's going to be in Sagittarius. I'm going to show you how to find Sagittarius in the sky. So like I said before, Scorpio is the only constellation pretty much that looks like what it's called, a Scorpio. Sagittarius is not a centaur with a bow and arrow. It doesn't look like a, it's actually a teacup, a tea kettle. A teapot. All right. So how to find Sagittarius is you look, southeast again, right by the Milky Way, and you're gonna see a teapot. It looks like a teapot. Here's the teapot right here. That's what we call the teapot of Sagittarius. Okay. And right above it, you're gonna see the moon is conjunct Saturn. It's right in the southern Milky Way. So that's what you look for on June 28th. Okay, so the next full moon is July 27th, and it's in the constellation of Capricorn. And like we mentioned before, most constellations do not look like what they are, so Capricorn doesn't look like a seagull in the sky. So we're still going to identify and find the tea kettle, the teapot of Sagittarius. So you're going to look to the south. You're going to find the southern Milky Way, and you're going to find that teapot. And right above it, again, you're going to still see Saturn. And then you're going to trace that ecliptic back. You're going to go east a little more, to what's rising, towards the rising sky. And then you're going to see the moon right here, and that's Capricorn. And then also you're going to see, in that same area of the sky, you're going to see Mars, the red planet. So now you know you're in Capricorn. Okay, so it looks like you stuck around for some more information. All right. So now we're going to walk through the first full moon of May 29th. Right here, I labeled this one Trouble. Stay at home. Make it a Netflix night. Because you have a full moon in Scorpio. All right? Scorpio, full moon Scorpio is tough. All right? Top of that, it's opposing Mercury. And at the time that it goes exact, Mercury's in the 10th house in Taurus. 10th house is a public house, so it's expressive, right? Then it's sextiling Mars. Okay, Mars is explosive. Moon Mars explosive. Then you have the Venus-Pluto opposition that we always talk about, which is, from my experience, it's this irresponsible sexual energy, right? So that's also going to be flying around that night. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty tough moon. The one good thing I want to point out is the one supportive factor is you have a grand trine between Venus, Neptune. So Venus feminine, Neptune, spiritual, and then Jupiter, expansive, lucky, joyous. And Jupiter is in Libra, ruled by Venus, which I like to talk about the story of Ma'at. It's the hall of two truths, where your heart gets weighed against a feather. So this is very supportive in this explosive kind of trouble full moon night. So stay home. Okay, so now the June 28th full moon. We labeled this one Healing Galactic Elixir. Because you remember in the first part of the video, we showed you the teapot pouring out. So how it looks in the sky, which is what I love these sky stories, is you have a teapot pouring into the Milky Way, to the galactic center. So yeah, so it's in Sagittarius, right? So it's this wise, knowing full moon, and it's conjunct Saturn. Again, the wise, knowing father of time. And again, we'll point out, all these planets are retrograde. So it's like elixir. It's like taking in. You can see the retrograde symbol looks like a prescription symbol, right? It looks like medicine. And at the time that the full moon goes exact, you're going to see Chiron and Neptune rising, 12th house. That's like a highly spiritual, house. So that's healing spirituality. And then you have this Jupiter here in Venus, in Libra in the 8th house, which is again, 8th house has to do with kind of alchemy, elixir, life and death and the cycles, the occult. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty cool moon. I'll hang out for this full moon. I'll be outside. I'll be out with my telescope on this full moon. Hopefully you can broadcast it on Facebook Live. Okay, so this one, I labeled this one just as a reminder, because remember the first full moon we read on May 29th, we had some Mars stuff going on, some Saturn, some Capricorn, Venus, Pluto stuff going on. So it's going to be the same thing. Here you have it's going to be in Capricorn, you see here. And it's conjunct Mars. So again, it could be a bit explosive, but since it's a conjunction, it could be kind of smooth. But then again, everything is still retrograde. You have a lot of retrograde. Then what I noticed too is there's going to be this Mercury is going to be in retrograde, which is like just plain sucks, right? Having Mercury retrograde is just like really crazy. It's also because everybody feeds it, so it's like this collective consciousness feeding this troubling Mercury retrograde. But so that's a whole other story. But then now you have this. You have Venus trining Pluto, right? So it might be a easier energy of that feminine, that feminine sexual energy. Could be a little bit more kind of smoother. But if you notice here, the South Node is in conjunction with Mars and Moon, and it's very familiar, so it could be easy to explode. And it's in Capricorn, so again, it's just like whenever you put anything Mars, Saturn related together, it's just problems. So it could be easy to explode, but it might be healthier for you not to. So I'm interested to see how this one plays out. It'll probably be safe for us to go outside on this full moon. I'll probably be out on this night too with my telescope. Okay, so one of the offers I have on my website is the personalized true moon forecast. So what we do is we take a synastry chart, right? We take the full moon and the natal chart, and we overlay the full moon on your natal chart, and then we can see where that energy of the full moon, where that's coming into you personally, and how you're going to be dealing with it personally. So for example, the May 29th full moon, the moon in Scorpio, that's actually pretty powerful for me because it's in my 6th house. 6th house is my service, it's my work. And my sun is there and Neptune is there, so the moon is conjunct the sun, my natal sun and Neptune in Scorpio, 6th house. So for me, this is like for me, it's the mystic moon, right? Even though when we did the forecast, it was trouble. For me, it's mystic for me, right? So it's different. So what is it going to be for you? So if you sign on to my website, siderealastrologist.com, we'll find out.